Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
What is going on? Welcome to the Win Big Sports Betting Show. I'm Gabriel Schrei, bringing you all of the action here, and I know you're probably excited to get right into it, so thank you for joining me. I'm going to run you down my picks for this weekend's top contest. Not every single contest. I think I will try and get to every single NFL game going on this weekend, but definitely not every single college football game. I'll give you an overview, and then I'll tell you guys straight up what I'm betting on and why I'm making those bets at the very end of the show. So let's not mess around for too long. Let's get right into it. First up, I am taking the Alabama Crimson Tide over Texas. So a little slow start for Texas with their new head coach, but things got underway just right for them. Bama was crushing it last week against Utah State, a 55-point victory. Hey, Alabama always gets the big spreads and always comes up big against quality competition. Why would it be any different this week? Bama's going to roll in and take the W here in week 2. I think they're a safe bet to make if you're interested in betting on them. I did not bet on Alabama, but I think that would be a safe bet to make. Game number 2, I'm taking Tennessee. So I don't believe Tennessee is the favorite at Pittsburgh, but I'm going to go ahead and take Tennessee. Is Big Orange back? Probably not. I don't want to get too far ahead of everything. I know they had the big win against Ball State last week. Hendon Hooker looked great. The offense was on fire, but I don't think they're that great. But I think it would be a safe one to bet a little bit on. Take the money line, hope for Tennessee in that one. Big Orange is looking good. They also had Joe Milton playing quarterback. So, as one writer from Fox Sports put it, Hooker has assumed total control of the offense. Tennessee is looking to return the favor to Pittsburgh and hand the home team a loss in a Power 5 non-conference showdown. Game number 3, we're staying with the Orange team here. It's Florida and the Gators. They're showing off against Kentucky. Now, Kentucky ranked number 20 in the country. They're looking great. But the Gators just beat top 10 Utah in an incredible play, and I'll actually show that to you later on in the podcast. That's going to be my play of the week for all of football in America. But Anthony Richardson looked fantastic. Kentucky's defense is going to have their hands full with him. So I really think Kentucky is going to struggle against Florida. Florida has just been fantastic in this first contest. People are really impressed with the Gators' performance. The odds makers are taking Florida. So I'm going to say Florida is going to get the upset. I'm agreeing with the sports book here. I think Florida is a safe bet. I'm not betting on this game, but if I was, I would probably put just a little bit on the money line on Florida. Here's another one. BYU showing off against Baylor. Number 10 and number 25. Baylor. BYU has got a big chance for the upset here. Future Big 12 member. They're looking to make a statement with the reigning Big 12 champions in town. It's a game that's really got the feel of a toss-up, but I don't think it is much of a toss-up. I think BYU has got everything on their side. They're the underdogs. What have they got to lose playing Baylor? Last week, Baylor beat FCS Albany 69-10. BYU endured multiple weather delays before blowing out USF 50-21 in Tampa. I'm taking BYU. Another one I didn't bet on, but if I was going to bet on it, I would take the underdog here, number 25, BYU. I just put a little on the money line. Next game, the Spartans showing out against Akron and the Zips. Michigan State is who I'm picking in this one. It's pretty obvious. I don't want to talk too much slander. I do like Akron. I think it's a great school and a cool town in Ohio, but let's be honest here. Michigan State handled business in week 1. They destroyed Western Michigan 35-13. The closing line for the point spread against WMU was 21.5, so the Spartans did cover that. On Sunday, point spreads for week 2 slate of games were released, and MSU was opened as a 34-point favorite over the Akron Zips. The over-under total was set for 57.5 points. Akron was just barely able to overcome the St. Francis Red Flashes in week 1. They won in overtime, 30-23. Akron is probably going to be the weakest opponent that Michigan State faces all season. The Zips are expected to finish near the bottom of the Mid-American Conference this season. The Spartans were one of the best programs against the spread in 2021, and they had a great season last year. So are they going to cover that spread? I think so. I think Michigan State is going to crush Akron. So that's a safe bet. I would definitely take the money line there. I think they'll definitely cover the spread, and I would take the over on that one. I think they will score a lot of points. Sticking with Michigan teams, the University of Michigan battling against Hawaii and the Rainbow Warriors. If you thought Michigan's season opener was a lopsided affair, this could be even less competitive. Circa Sports in Vegas released its Week 2 CFB lines on Sunday. The 8th-ranked Wolverines opened as 46-point favorites for their game against Hawaii. I mean, that's crazy. That's a huge differential. Colorado State was blown out 51-7 by Big Blue. I just don't see it. I mean, Hawaii is entering this contest winless after 2 lopsided home losses, first to Vanderbilt and then Western Kentucky. So WKU beat them 49-17. And then a week before that, the Mountain West team dropped its opener to Vanderbilt 63-10. Now, I don't think Vanderbilt is that weak, but they're nowhere near the level that the University of Michigan and the Wolverines are on. So Hawaii is on notice, and I think you're safe to bet all 3 on Michigan here. Take the money line, take the spread, and maybe take the over. I think U of M is going to look to get some young guys in and get them some playtime. Texas A&M and Appalachian State. So App State played North Carolina to a crazy game. You got to go check out the highlights. I love the facility the Mountaineers have in Boone, North Carolina. It was a beautiful setting there for that contest, and lots of fans came out. They added extra bleachers for that one against the Tar Heels. It was a 63-61 loss for App State. And, the Mountaineers looked great. They scored 21 points on their first 3 drives, all within the first 20 minutes. But then their offense didn't score again until the 4th quarter. And App State scored 40 points in under 10 minutes. All of their defense allowed UNC to score on 9 of their 13 possessions. So the Mountaineers, probably not going to have a great performance this weekend. They let it all hang out against their in-state rival, North Carolina and the Tar Heels. And it's Texas A&M, even if they're having a down year, they're still a powerhouse football program. So I'm going with Texas A&M on this. Again, another game I have not bet on, but if I was going to bet on this contest, I'd keep it really simple. I'd probably take the money line on this one and go ahead and bet Texas A&M. But that's only if I was going to bet on it. The Bulldogs, they are going to face off against the Bulldogs, and I think they're going to smash them. Week 2 for Georgia football, going to be their home opener. They welcome another Bulldog team to the Classic City as Samford comes to town. These teams have only played one other time in the history of the programs, and Georgia won 42-14. That was back in 2017. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think that was a very different UGA football program. Georgia is going to try to end this one quickly and efficiently. So the starters will come in for a few series. They'll rack up some points. Then the younger guys will come in and get some reps. And I doubt they'll let off the gas. It's not Georgia's style. They'll probably crush it all the way through the first half of play. And then maybe they'll start to let off the gas a little bit. So one expert score prediction from Fox Sports, again, is 55-0 picking Georgia over Samford. I think that's a safe bet. I think they could even put up as many as 60 pretty easily, even just keeping their foot on the gas for that first half of play. So look for Georgia to win big. Another game I did not bet on. Another one I would say just keep it simple. Bet the money line if you really want to bet on that contest. All right, it's time to talk NFL football and get into our NFL picks. I think that's going to give that away pretty quickly. The Buffalo Bills travel to Los Angeles to battle the Rams on Thursday night. We already saw this one, so you already have the result. My pick when we recorded the podcast was LA and the Rams. Hopefully I was right. That's one I would have kept simple and just bet the money line on. 1 p.m. on Sunday, the New Orleans Saints travel to Atlanta, Georgia to battle the Falcons. The Saints are favorites, which is kind of shocking to me. Definitely would take the Saints in this one. Just a more complete football franchise at this point in time. San Francisco 49ers at the Chicago Bears. The 49ers are a 6.5-point favorite. I don't think there's much debating this, but honestly, the 49ers are a way more complete football club right now. The Bears having problems all over the field. I think Justin Fields is a great quarterback, but I just don't think the system is built properly for him to succeed in the NFL in Chicago. I don't think the 49ers are going to have any problem with the Bears at Soldier Field on Sunday. Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to battle the Cincinnati Bengals 1 o'clock on Sunday. So the Bengals are the favorite by almost an entire touchdown, 6.5 points. I'm taking the Steelers in this one. I think the underdogs are going to come in big. I think they're going to do well. You know, they got Mitch Trubisky. He's looked very sharp. They've got some great rookies. I think George Pickens is going to contribute big time on the outside for Pittsburgh. And never underestimate Mike Tomlin. The guy has never had a losing season with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is a pretty unbelievable accomplishment at any level, let alone the National Football League. You know, I just think that the Steelers have been so good for so long. They're going to get back to their winning ways. They've kind of restructured a little bit with the retirement of Big Ben. And I think people are overestimating the Cincinnati Bengals. Are the Bengals good? Yeah, they're one of the best teams in the NFL. But I don't know if they're going to win this Week 1 matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just my opinion. Detroit Lions hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are the favorite by 4 points. I'm taking the Lions in this one, and it's not just because I'm from Michigan. I do think the Lions have just got something going on for them. I think a lot of it has to do with Hard Knocks. This is really a gut thing for me more than an actual analysis of why the Detroit Lions are better. On paper, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are a more complete football team. They're going to have a better season, but the Lions have a lot of momentum coming out of training camp after being on Hard Knocks. They've had a big preseason. They're feeling good about things. They've got a lot of young, excited guys. I don't know if the Eagles are ready for that this early in the year, but I also don't know that much about the Eagles roster other than the feeling and sense that they have a lot of depth just from glancing over it a few times and what I've seen on the NFL Network and ESPN to this point in the year. New York Giants traveling to battle the Tennessee Titans in the Music City. The Titans are a more than 5-point favorite. Got to take the Titans here. They've done a lot of different things in the offseason. They brought in Malik Willis. I just feel really good about what's going on with them. Derrick Henry is going to be back and probably full speed. I don't know how you slow a guy like that down. That's a 4:30 kick on Sunday. It's Titans all the way. That's one I don't have a bet in on yet at the time of recording, but I probably will end up putting a couple bucks on them at least on the money line. Really feel good about Tennessee and the Titans this season. Next game, Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, man. I think the Vikings have a better football team than they've had for the last couple of years this season. You know, things are looking optimistic for them coming into the regular season. But all day long, this is the Green Bay Packers. They're a 2-point favorite. But 100% they're coming away with a victory on Sunday. 4:30 kick on that one. I think you're safe to bet the Packers. But again, I would keep it simple. I wouldn't be doing a lot with it. I would just keep it to the money line. Kansas City Chiefs at the Arizona Cardinals. That is a 4:30 kick on Sunday on CBS. Chiefs are a 4.5-point favorite. I mean, come on. Patrick Mahomes, they've been great for a long time now behind his leadership. I think Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to get back to their winning ways and have another great season in the NFL. I think it starts all on this Sunday against the Cardinals in Arizona. Kansas City is my pick in that contest. Next contest, Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Los Angeles to battle the Chargers. Raiders are my pick in that one. They've had a really weird couple of years, all the controversy and scandals. A lot of people were predicted that if you moved an NFL franchise to Las Vegas, that you would you'd have some problems with the young guys out at night and whatnot. I think they have had some pretty significant problems with that, but you know, it is what it is. I think this club is ready to win and win now. They are not the favorites. The Chargers are a 3.5-point favorite in that contest. But I'm taking the underdogs. Las Vegas Raiders are going to get the win. 4:30 kick on Sunday against the Los Angeles Chargers. Tampa Bay Bucks at the Dallas Cowboys. That's the night game on Sunday on NBC. The Buccaneers are a 1.5-point favorite, and I'm sticking with a favorite in this one. I found the lowest resolution photo possible of the Buccaneers logo just to show you how underconfident I am in that one, but that's what I'm going with. The Bucs are a great football club. They've been good ever since Brady got there. They had all the pieces ready to go. They plugged him in. They started winning. I think they're going to keep winning again this season, and it starts against the Dallas Cowboys on NBC at 8:20 on Sunday. So we're not doing that. I'm lying about that graphic right there. For the rest of the NFL contest, Denver Broncos at Seattle Seahawks. Don't want to get into it too far. Going to take the Broncos. Russell Wilson effect. Denver's going to have a good season, and it starts with a win against Seattle on Monday Night Football. Patriots at Dolphins. The Dolphins are the favorite by 3 points. I'm going to take the Patriots just because of Bill Belichick. Hopefully they've rebuilt and can have an interesting season this year. Best of luck to both clubs. Baltimore Ravens at New York Jets. Going to take the Ravens. They're a 6.5-point favorite. How could you not take them? Lamar Jackson, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. You heard it right here. Jacksonville Jaguars at Washington Commanders. That's a 1 o'clock kick on CBS. That's on Sunday. The Commanders are a 3-point favorite. I'm taking the Jags. I think the Jaguars got it going on. Hopefully they have a great season. They've had a lot of controversy as well off of the field. Jags going to win that one. Cleveland Browns at the Carolina Panthers. That's a 1 o'clock kick on Sunday on CBS. Boy, that's a controversial one. The Panthers are the favorite, 2.5 points. Got to take the Panthers in that one. Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans, 1 o'clock kick on Sunday on CBS. The Colts are an 8-point favorite. That is a huge differential. I'm taking the Colts. Indianapolis Colts going to win that one. And that is our last NFL contest to talk about this week. Let's jump right into clips of the week. We'll get started with this clip from UCLA, the Rose Bowl. A new record for low attendance. So allegedly, there's 27,143 people here. One Twitter user joked there had to be 20,000 season ticket holders that didn't show up. And I got to say, I agree. I mean, it doesn't even look like there's hardly 7,000 people there. This one has racked up hundreds of thousands of views on our social media platforms, and you can see why. Not really believable that there's 27,000 people there. This one is from Long Beach State University's soccer team. Lena Solano, absolutely unreal bicycle kick. Saw this one over the weekend and definitely had to reshare it. That is a top 10 play. I'll be surprised if this one was not on SportsCenter's top 10 after the time of recording. Take another look at that. Great use of the camera there, too, with a slow motion shot. Pretty unbelievable play. I think this is going to be our, I don't know if it's going to be a regular segment. I don't really feel like doing a meme of the week, but here's a meme for you. Check this out.
Funny? In a cosmic sort of way, yes. Well, Mr. Funny Man, is this how you get your sick kicks? What? It's just an ordinary crabby. Oh my goodness! Squidward!
So apparently Iowa fans are pretty upset with a lack of offensive production. And I got to say, if I was a real committed fan of one college football program, I'd be pretty upset too.
Oh my goodness!
Promised a revamped offense, and you get 2 safeties and a field goal. That's pretty rough. Play of the week?
The diving pick! 2nd and goal. 4-man rush. End zone. Intercepted! Yes! Amari Burney with a diving pick!
Watch this one live. Definitely thought that Utah was going to storm back and head out of Gainesville with the victory there, but 29-26 the final score. Florida gets that massive last-second interception to stay alive and overcome Utah. That was a fun play to watch. That's going to be the Win Big Sports play of the week, and I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with that selection. Let me know what you think the play of the week was. There were a lot of great plays in college football in week 1, and I'm sure we'll have even more to pick from at the collegiate level in week 2, and we'll have some wonderful plays from the NFL. So typically that would be it, but I'm going to go ahead and run through what bets I placed here in week 1 really quickly with you, if you just hang on with me. Can we get some music? Yeah. That's pretty funky. DraftKings is just not having it. So I took North Carolina and Michigan in a 2-pick parlay. Took North Carolina's money line individually against Georgia State. Took Michigan on the spread over Hawaii, 51 points. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I think I said earlier in the podcast I did not bet on Alabama. That was a lie. I bet on Alabama. I bet the money line. 3-pick parlay. I picked the Steelers and Lions and Bucks. Picked them for the upset. Took the money line on the Steelers. Took the money line on the Rams. That's it for week 1. Those were my bets. Let me know who you're taking in the comments and the replies wherever you see this clip. Hope you enjoyed the podcast, and we'll see you next week on Win Big Sports Talk.